Well, dear listeners, you won't believe who I have today. Woo! Yeah, it's about to get hot in here. It's about to get hot. She is affectionately known as Grand Gangster Granny, also known more professionally as DTM Coach Dorothy Chanakira. So, Coach Dorothy, DTM Dorothy, welcome to Toast Talks with Coach Busi. What a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you, Busi. It has been a long time coming. I am so happy to be here, finally.
Finally, brethren, it is happening. I am so excited. Coach Dorothy, you are one of those rock star DTMs. You know, DTMs come in various flavors and tones and everything, but you are one of those that made me want to strive to become a distinguished Toastmaster. Let me tell you why. Your service level is amazing. I was charter president for a new club, and we still didn't know the ins and outs of Toastmasters. But anytime we called on you, you were, yes, I am here to serve. You also have a quote, which is totally you. And I am not going to steal the thunder. I'm going to ask you to tell me again and the listeners exactly what you believe about service.
Thank you, Coach Busi. I really believe that it is in service we become distinguished. And I will tell you a little story why I came to that quotation. So I found myself in Kuala Lumpur at my first international convention. And there is this shop that's selling memorabilia. Mm-hmm. And I see this distinguished Toastmaster pin. So I like it and I buy it. Mm-hmm. And this is long before I became a Toastmaster. So I got home, looked for a Toastmasters club, and started wearing my pin to the club. Only for one of my leaders to tap me and say, Toastmaster Dorothy, you cannot wear this pin. I'm like, what? I bought this pin and I like it. So then they started explaining to me that in Toastmasters, you have to earn the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. It's an educational program. And so I started working my way. But as I was working my way, I came quickly to realize that everything that we do in Toastmasters is about service. It's about serving others. In the club, when you do your speech, somebody serves you with feedback. When a speech is organized, somebody has been working behind the scenes, making sure that the venue is organized. Mm-hmm. You know, someone is in the meeting, making sure that the meeting is not disrupted. Hence, I coined the quotation, in service, we become distinguished.
Hey, bam! That's a mic drop moment right at the beginning of the Toast Talk. Dear listeners, you want to stay tuned in. Did you hear that? It's in service we become distinguished. I trust, dear listeners, that Toast Talks is really serving you because we are working really hard to make sure that you get to understand the excitement that we have about this great organization. What it has done for us is amazing. And Coach Dorothy, I'm going to ask, which was your first club? I know you're a member of a myriad of clubs around the world, different time zones. I know you. And I'm asking for your first club, which was that started off this journey for you.
So my first club to visit was Capital Toastmasters.
Mhm.
It so happened that a lot of Toastmasters were coming to Capital to support it. And quickly, the incoming president of Executive Club invited me to come join Executive Club. And they told me how they thought I was a perfect fit for that club. So DTM Shuvai invited me to a Executive Toastmasters Club. And when I visited with Executive Toastmasters Club, it was exactly what I was looking for. A club that was professional, a
Mhm.
club which actually started and finished on time, a club where the members were so awed by anything I said. Everything I said was wow. Hence, I was so motivated to stay. It's only later that I realized that it is actually a Toastmasters, it is a Toastmasters thing to support, to promote, to encourage members
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
better. And once you are affirmed and given positive feedback, the idea is you want to keep on trying and keep going back. Hence, my home club is Executive Toastmasters Club.
Woohoo! Shout out to Executive Toastmasters Club. I will give you a second chance to tell me one of your other clubs that is dear to your heart, and you can tell us why.
Thank you, thank you. So, like you said earlier on, I'm a member of several clubs. One other club that is close to my heart is Evolving Ladies. So as I then continued on my Toastmasters journey, I became an area director. And one of my key result areas was that I needed to start a club.
Yep.
So I was working with DTM Zivai at the time. And when I became division director and there was need, we saw that there was a need to start a club which was different, a
Mm.
club which catered for women's needs. We had a few women who would, after dropping off kids, actually would go home and not really have much to do. And since we had sampled the beauty and the learning that is in Toastmasters, we thought
Mm.
we gave an opportunity to ladies to also evolve by design. That would be an awesome thing. So we started Evolving Ladies Toastmasters Club, and it has become one of the clubs that is very close to my heart.
And I can testify Evolving Ladies is an amazing place during COVID. It was online, so I was able to visit. And I
Right.
love how you phrased it, evolve by design. That is so important. Thank you for chattering Evolving Ladies. There is a project that you run with, which I find very interesting and stimulating. When I can, I pop in and partake of the goodness that you have put together. Do you want to tell our listeners what you do most well? It's on Sundays. It's one Sunday. Is it the last Sunday? Give us a little bit more detail about your project that is about
Wow.
something that you and I love doing, reading.
I know. We always say a lot of people love toasting, and the Toastmasters is about toasting, right?
Mm.
But we also love reading. So 2 years ago, DTM Viola and myself, we started this project, Toast and Read, along with Coach.
Mm.
We realize every winning team has got a coach. And we realize that in your Toastmasters journey and in life generally, you need a coach.
Right.
And we realize also that there is a resource that Toastmasters International gives to every member. And it's
Mm.
free. On the website, members and non-members alike can actually access the Toastmasters magazine. So we started Toast and Read along with Coach with the idea of bringing awareness to the existence of this magazine
Right.
and also to encourage members and non-members alike to dive deeper into the magazine. Because, like I always say, there is gold embedded
Yeah.
in the Toastmasters magazine. So, yes, we meet on the 15th of every month on at 2 o'clock Central African time, so that we together and separately on Zoom read the Toastmaster together. So we
I,
toast and read along with Coach.
I love, 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 love that. And you've just shown again the grace of Toastmasters. You didn't start this alone. You could have gone on and just said, this is my project because I'd asked you. But you went on to say it's a joint team, you and GTM Viola. There is so much support and recognition in Toastmasters that the world would benefit from. It's not I. That was the first thing. And then the second thing that you said, it's not just for Toastmasters. Which organization goes and allows non-members to come and listen to the gold in the magazine?
Exactly.
Amazing.
Exactly. It's another way that Toastmasters puts its best foot forward on the marketplace, in the world out there. And guess what? From non-Toastmasters, we get people that will see what we are doing, fall in love with what they're doing, and just maybe become members. And once members, maybe become even leaders. And something I
Look at
always
that.
say with CoachBusi is, we have, spoken so much about communication and leadership, and that's what Toastmasters doesn't equips us with. But you and I know that from childhood, we have always been communicating, right? And,
Mhm.
as a mother, as a family member, as a colleague, as a neighbor, you find yourself leading. But what Toastmasters does is that it equips you to become a better communicator, a more effective communicator, and a better leader. Hence, when we give to the community these tools that Toastmasters gives
Mm.
us, we can only but serve our communities better.
Absolutely. Well said. And it's all round. I love the way you went right round. There is no group of people that is excluded from the benefits of good, effective communication and service. I absolutely love that. Now, we started off by talking about Gangster Granny. Are you telling me, as fine as you look, you actually are a grandma or a glamour? What do they call it? Tell me
Wow. Oh,
about
wow.
your
I
joyful
am
title.
I am blessed to have three amazing grandchildren, three so far, and still counting.
Oh, wow.
I have earned this name Gangster Granny ever since my first grandchild was born. I determined, that I would affirm myself as that grandma that would be loving, that would not lose the grandchildren because of the age difference, the grandma that would be complement the parenting. Our world is
Hmm.
crying for, lack of parenting or bad parenting or otherwise. And I
Hmm.
wanted to position myself in a place where I could be that grandma where the grandchildren feel free to become better uh, human beings,
Yeah.
better people, just because they have input from the coach, who is grandma. They always accuse me of being too much of a disciplinarian because their parents are very strict with them, and
Hmm.
always say, we know why they are, because you are. So as a gangster granny, I don't like spoil my grandchildren. I love them dearly, but I just compliment the parenting, the great parenting that they are getting from parents. Yeah.
That is awesome. Does any of your Toastmaster skills, do any of your Toastmaster skills play into your role as gangster granny?
Yes, yes. Wow. I like a saying that says that the problem or the bad thing about communication is that the assumption that it has happened. A
Ah,
lot of the problems we have between parents and their children or grandchildren and their grandparents is that we don't necessarily communicate effectively. We
mm,
all want to communicate and we all want to be heard, but we have not taken the opportunity sometimes to learn about how to do that more effectively. So, as a gangster granny, I find that the skill set I am learning in Toastmasters allows me to communicate more effectively with my grandchildren, with my parents, with my family, even. I
mm,
know to negotiate my way through situations. I know how to persuade with power, something that
mhm,
we are taught in Toastmasters. And I learned to listen. You know, the world is going crazy because nobody wants to listen to anybody. And Toastmasters
true.
also helps us by giving us the opportunity to learn listening skills.
Mm,
So I take my parenting seriously. I take my belonging to society seriously, my being here on earth seriously. Hence, I want to leave a positive impact by becoming a better version of myself. And that I can only do by being more effective as a communicator and a leader.
oh, man, if I wasn't a Toastmaster already, what you just said would make me want to join again and start all over again. Absolute nuggets on how Toastmasters is not only touching you in the professional sides, which we're going to have about 5 minutes to just touch on, but also in your personal space. What a blessing to be able to speak to the parents, your kids, and your grandkids and be effective across the board, where the rest of the world is saying, oh, the communication gap is just getting bigger and bigger. And some of us are going, the communication, what now? There is a skill that helps you to close those gaps. Let us touch, Coach Dorothy, on the professional side. Again, in the many things and spaces that I have had the pleasure of knowing you, it's my knowing that you are an amazing professional in your field. Do you want to touch on that professional side and anything that you have gained from the Toastmasters angle? And let us see how the two have merged and assisted you.
Right. Thank you, Coach Busi. So professionally, I like to think of myself as a life coach.
Mhm,
As a professional and personal development coach, I want to go into spaces where people have not been equipped in our formal education system, and communication becomes vital. So, as a coach, I want to be able to communicate effectively with my clients, but
mhm,
also to support anyone. You want also to first get to know where they're at or what they need. I believe life is not a one size fits all.
mhm,
Um, it is very important that we get context before we coach anyone. Hence, for me, Toastmasters has allowed me to have that extra ability to listen more to my clients. Hence, I'm able to give them solutions that are suited to their particular needs. So
mhm,
I find that very, very helpful. As a professional, as a speaker, a
mhm.
lot of us know a lot of things, but I'm getting to realize that it's not what we know that matters. It's how much we care. And if we care enough, then we want to communicate better and that we want to lead more effectively. The world is crying out for leaders. We've always been leading, but Toastmasters is teaching us to be better leaders, to be better accountable, even for the time that we have. We don't have forever to live. Even if we're going to live to be 100 years old, that's too short. So in the short space of time that we have, we want to do what we do and do it well. So Toastmasters does empower me to do that.
Wow. Okay. For this particular one, I should have been sitting because I wanted to be taking notes. I'm going to go back and listen to this and take notes again. Gangsta Granny Coach Dorothy. We have a saying that if it's not fun, it's not Toastmasters. Would you want to give me a moment in your journey that has been fun? I suspect it might be one of your convention visits because you are so faithful in going to the annual conventions, but I may be wrong. I may stand to be corrected. And Tony Robbins says it's in moments of enjoyment that we learn the most. And that's why I love the tagline. If it's not fun, it's not Toastmasters. Give us a fun moment as we wind down.
A fun moment as we wind down. So this is something that happened at Toastmasters, at the Evolving Ladies Toastmasters. One of the things that we are branded by is Evolving Ladies is that we actually toast with real champagne at our meetings.
Oh, yeah.
On this particular day, I remember going shopping just before the meeting, and I realized that I didn't have enough cash on me. And so I realized, to my amazement, that the alcoholic champagne was cheaper than the non-alcoholic champagne that we normally have. So the gangster granny in me kicked in and I bought the alcoholic champagne. Took it to the club, and the club believed it was the good old non-alcoholic
Alcoholic
champagne.
champagne.
So we did what we always did. We toasted and had a beautiful meeting. That meeting was hilarious. The ladies laughed and laughed and laughed, only to realize, Jesus had done it again.
Jesus had
Then
done it again.
so that was funny. Yes. So yes,
Oh my goodness.
if it's not fun, it's not Toastmasters. Toastmasters, it's a way of life, and fun is a choice. You choose to be happy. There's just so much happening around, but you choose to make it fun, because when it's fun, you want to do it and you want to do it somewhere.
Coach Dorothy, thank you so much. I'm not going to dive deeper into what happened when the ladies got home. When the husband seeing happy ladies coming home after a Toastmasters meeting. But thank you so very much. I told you, dear listeners, Coach Dorothy, you laugh, you get educated, you get entertained, all in one bundle as she served us today, because it is in service that we become distinguished. Coach Dorothy, thank you. We wish you all the best in all your endeavors, your coaching, the next BTM that you're going to take, your toast and read along. You are just a pleasure and a blessing, not only to Toastmasters, but to just humanity as a whole. So thank you for taking the time to have joined Coach Busi on Toast Talk today.
Thank you, Coach. It was an honor and a privilege.
Dear listeners, we will be doing this again. Stay tuned. We will be back, and if you get a minute on the 15th, get to join, read, toast, and read along with the coach. We will put the details below and you will know how to connect. Until next time, it's been a pleasure. Bye now.